Hi guys, and welcome to Premier League Prediction Week 12. We come back after the international break and we start with the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow, which is Manchester United versus Arsenal. Just before the break, Arsenal drew to Tottenham. It wasn't the best of derbies, to be honest. I think that we could have maybe defended a bit better, and I thought that we could have attacked a bit more. You know, being the home side. I thought Tottenham were quite poor as well on the derby. It was just a poor derby. And on the Saturday, Manchester United absolutely battered Burnley, chance after chance after chance, but just could not score, and ended up drawing 0-0 at Old Trafford. So terrible draw for them, if you like. Quite a disappointing withdrawal for us, you know, being at home as well. It is the old games, you know, where Jose and Wenger, you know, come together. It's the old rivalry, although it's not at Chelsea now, it's at Man U. I would like to think that Arsenal has probably got enough, or has probably just about got the better squad to beat Manchester United. Although I'd said that last season, you know, when Manchester United had their third team out, I thought Arsenal were going to absolutely wipe the floor with them, and we ended up losing 3-2. I do feel Arsenal are a bit of a better side this year. You know, we seem to be looking a little bit stronger this year, and taking our chances. And you know, as I say, like a couple of weeks ago at Lou de Gretz, we was 2-0 down and we came back to win 3-2. I don't think we would have done that last season. So times are changing at Arsenal, same with some other clubs as well, which I'll get on to further in the video. So yeah, there's a couple of players out for Manchester United. I think Zlatan's out. I think Memphis Depay might be out. Rashford's a doubt as well, I think. And Rooney might be a doubt as well. So again, you'd expect Arsenal to, you know, to be able to go there and pick up 3 points with the team that I'm hearing that we're going to lead out tomorrow. So I'm going to go with that, and it's going to be a very tight game. But I think Arsenal will nick it. I'm going to go Manchester United 1, Arsenal 2. As I say, I do think that Arsenal has got the better quality at the moment. Being as though, you know, Manchester United are with a few doubts. So I think Arsenal should have the better quality, but make no mistake about it, I said exactly the same line last year and we ended up losing 3-2, so we'll just see how that goes. We then go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs and we have Sunderland versus Hull, 2 teams down the bottom. Very vital that you get 3 points in these kind of games, especially when you're at home like Sunderland. You know, these are the games you look back on, you know, later on in the season, you think, oh, you know, Hull was down there with us and such, we should have got 3 points there, really, you know, was at home. I can't see a win for these two tomorrow, though. You know, yes, obviously Sunderland will have the momentum, you know, being at home. You know, they can score goals, you know, we've seen that in the last couple of games. They have got goals in them, but they just concede far too many, you know, for my liking. You know, so I think it's going to be another draw for Sunderland and for Hull. I'm going to go Sunderland 1, Hull 1. Although, funny enough, Tuesday games like this actually turn out to be one of the most entertaining games of the weekend. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, we'll see. We then have Watford versus Leicester. God, Watford didn't have to take a tanking against Liverpool before the break. Bloody hell. I really did not expect that. I think it was 6-1 in the end. I think it was 6-1. Bloody hell, you know, did not expect that at all. I don't think anyone expected that. You know, Watford are usually quite good in defence, and they don't concede a lot of goals. But because I remember we just finished our derby, Arsenal Tottenham, and then I kept flicking back, and then it was like 4-0, and then it was 5-4. Fucking hell, what's going on with blooming Watford, man? But I'll get on to Liverpool in a bit. But yeah, and then we had the derby. They had a derby, Leicester against West Bromwich Albion as well. I think that ended up as a draw in the end. I'm not sure how that panned out now. It's 2 weeks ago. My mind's gone blank for games like that. Do forgive me. But again, I expect this one to be quite lively actually. Even though I say Watford don't let a lot of goals in, you know. But I'm going to go for a funny 2-2 in this game. I really don't know why, but I've just gone for a 2-2. So again, that could be one of the most entertaining games of the weekend as well. So that one pans out. We then have Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Again, I think Manchester City had a bit of a blip, you know, around October-ish, beginning of October, early November, but they seem to have got that out of the system now. And I do feel that they can go to Crystal Palace and get quite a comfortable 3 points. So I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 3. Also, what they did to Barcelona in the Champions League just before the break, I don't think anyone predicted that. So I think they're turning the court. They're going back to their best now, Manchester City. So we'll see how that one pans out. We then have Everton versus Swansea. What on earth happened to Everton against Chelsea before the international break? Absolutely disgraceful. You know, the fans that travelled up there, absolutely disgraceful performance. Some of the goals, obviously you have to give credit to Chelsea. You know, they raised the game and they were superb. But Everton were just making it so easy for them. It was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it was very unlike a Ronald Koeman kind of setup. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put that to a bad day at the office. Because I do expect them to beat Swansea. You know, they have been decent this year, Everton. That really surprised me. Last week or the week before rather against Chelsea. But I do expect them to beat Swansea being at home. I'm going to go Everton 2, Swansea 0. They really got to get that out of the system, Everton. I think that was probably the worst game they've had this season. So let's put it down to bad day at the office. Get it out of the system. Get it out. And get a comfortable win and a positive performance tomorrow, and get the fans back on side. That'd be my message if I was Ronald Koeman tomorrow. We then have Stoke versus Bournemouth. You'd expect Bournemouth to be probably the strongest side of this game, actually, even though they're away from home. But I'm going to go for a tough draw for this one. I'm going to go Stoke 1, Bournemouth 1. I think it's one of those games that that Stoke will make it hard for Bournemouth and just end up as a draw. So again, we'll see how that one goes. So now we have Southampton versus Liverpool. Obviously, I spoke about Liverpool. They really have turned the corner this year. They've really shut me up. A fan made me aware of this the other week. Saying you all seem to go against Liverpool. Even when they're in great form. And I tell you what, that bloke has absolutely shut me up, because since then, I've watched Liverpool carefully, and I'm thinking, they really have turned the corner. They really are performing under Jurgen Klopp. And again, I don't think they would have done that under Brendan Rodgers last season. I mean, this isn't the first time they've done that. I remember them smacking Aston Villa at Villa Park last year as well. I think that might have been 6-0 as well. Absolutely smacked Villa. They smacked Watford last week. I think they smacked Leicester as well. Fucking hell. I mean, yeah. Liverpool, and they're top of the league at the moment as well. So they really are someone you've got to keep an eye on this year. And I don't think they'll tanker Southampton like they did to Watford. But I do think Liverpool will win. I'm going to go Southampton 1, Liverpool 2. But yeah, Liverpool serious title contenders. I think I've said that for the last couple of weeks now. So with them being top of the league now as well, you've got to say it might take some doing to remove them from that top. It's a very, very tight league this year. You've got obviously Arsenal 4th at the moment. Then you've got Spurs third, Manchester City second, and you've got Chelsea second actually. And obviously Liverpool top. So it's really, really tight, really, really tight up there at the moment. So I think Manchester City might be third actually. But it's a very, very tight league. And it's quite enjoyable as well. I mean, a lot of people don't like it when it's this tight, and especially when you're in it, like Arsenal or Man City fan. But I actually enjoy these. I actually enjoy it being a tight league. The last couple of seasons we've had, like Chelsea's won the title by December, January, or Leicester last season. It's just boring, isn't it? There's nothing to play for really other than the European spots, because the title's already gone. So this year, we're looking at November, coming up to December, and everyone's still in it. It's really tight. So I'm really enjoying this season. So long may that continue. And then we then have the 5:30 kickoff, which is Tottenham versus West Ham, which is obviously a derby. Again, I do expect this to be a tight, tough game, but I do think that Spurs have got the better quality and they'll just about walk away with it. I'm going to go Tottenham 2, West Ham 1. We then go to Sunday's game, which is 4 o'clock, which is Middlesbrough versus Chelsea. Again, I spoke about Chelsea, how they absolutely dominated Everton. don't think Everton's defence helped that day, but don't take nothing away from Chelsea. They raised the game, they played, and they got their reward. Absolutely tanked them. Obviously, Borough, I've spoke about them this season. They've been quite impressive. But I'm going to go for a come to win for Chelsea. I'm going to go Middlesbrough 0, Chelsea 2. And then we have the Monday night football, 8 o'clock, which is West Brom versus Burnley. And again, I'm going to go for a tight draw on that one. I think it's going to be quite... that'll probably be a good game, actually. As I say, Burnley can make it quite hard for you. They probably will park the bus a little bit, but there'll be times in the game when they'll have a go and they'll come at West Bromwich Albion. So I think that could be a good game as well. So I'm going to go West Bromwich Albion 1, Burnley 1. So that has been my predictions for this week, guys. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. And I'll see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.